We are living large with Chef Hunter Lee. Hunter, so glad to have you this week.
I'm thrilled to have you back. You're right here at Mardi Gras.
I know, and Mardi Gras is one of my favorite seasons. I know everybody in Louisiana, it's like their next Christmas.
Exactly. And as you can tell from the house, we're ready.
Yes, you are ready. It's beautiful in here.
Thank you, thank you. Enchanted Florist in Stonewall, Louisiana actually did all of our decorations.
And where did they find a Mardi Gras tree skirt?
I have no idea, but it's actually not a tree skirt. He explained to me that it is actually Mardi Gras capes. There's several of them.
Really? And he just kind of put them all around?
Yeah.
So later when we watch the parade, we can just whip one of those off
Well,
and run down the
it
street?
was mentioned that I might end up in one of them before Mardi Gras is over with, so.
Have you always loved Mardi Gras?
Always, always.
And what are some of your favorite Mardi Gras traditions?
The king cake, obviously, and I certainly love my hurricanes. Of course, the parades, and my years living in South Louisiana, working New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lake Charles, Lafayette, it was almost everything stopped, literally down there from Thursday until midnight on Fat Tuesday. It was free-for-all. It was great, the parades, but it was also, there were family-oriented events as well. It just feels Louisiana. It's
very Louisiana. You know, growing up here, I always took it for granted. You know, I'm so used to the parade, so used to seeing purple, yellow, and green. But I have some friends that came in town for Mardi Gras a few years ago, and to see it through their eyes, it really just gave me a newfound love for Mardi Gras.
It's been a lot of fun. So far, I've been to Demeter in Mansfield and the Crew of Hebe in Jefferson, and both were outstanding. And I'm looking forward to the parades now.
You know, I actually met you a few years ago when you were cooking for the Crew of Demeter. I think you were the captain.
I did. I catered for them for several years. I was on the board. And then when I became captain, obviously I couldn't cater anymore. It was too much. Being a captain is pretty detailed for a crew.
And what all does a captain do?
Basically everything. From the planning. I mean, they assign the people under them that handle your parades, your balls, your events. But people also don't realize with Mardi Gras, it's a lot of community service. The different crews do different things, but you also kind of coordinate that and see how you can help in your community.
I love that. It really does give back to our area and gives our kids something fun to do and see.
It's not just about the tax dollars. It's not just about the fun, but it is about giving back to the community.
Now let's get back to a little bit of the fun. We've got hurricanes and king cake in front of us.
We do. We're going to have to try this out before we head out to the balcony and see what's going on outside.
And you actually have 2 recipes for king cakes in your book.
I do. The first book has 2 different king cake recipes. One is your quick and easy, and then the other one is a from scratch, a traditional king cake. I'm not much of a baker. I've never hid that. I have made both of them, but I prefer the easier one.
I prefer the easier one too. That's the one I'm going to look at. I'll read the from scratch.
I prefer the from scratch if someone else is making it.
And you also have a recipe for hurricanes.
I do. In the second book, we have more of our entertaining, and so we have a lot of drink recipes. And one of my favorites is the hurricane, and that's, of course, a Pat O'Brien's in New Orleans special. And so it's kind of synonymous with New Orleans.
I know, when I think of Mardi Gras, I think of a hurricane, you know, and its signature glass. And
it's a distinct glass, it's a distinct drink, and it comes from a very distinct place.
And how does your recipe have a twist on a hurricane? What's your twist?
Mine is very similar to Pat O'Brien's because it's by far the best one I've ever tasted. So.
Well, can we have a taste now?
Absolutely.
Well, cheers.
Cheers and happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras. Oh, that's good. Now, speaking of having a taste, are we going to try this king cake, or are you just going to tip me all morning? Okay. Now, is this the quick and easy, or is this the from scratch?
No, this is a from scratch.
Oh. And what filling do we have in it?
This is an Italian cream. I actually like the simpler. I like the Italian cream. I like the traditional cinnamon. So one of the funny things about the king cakes, and you'll see it on social media, but it's kind of steeped in history, is basically once you open the box of the king cake, if you buy one, and you cut it with the knife for the first time, the knife traditionally stays in the box with the king cake
It does
until the king cake is gone. just another one of those little traditions.
And why is that a tradition? I know for me, it's because I just keep coming back and cutting a little bit more.
Honestly, it's one of the reasons why is because they'll go by and get a bite of it. It's said to have good luck.
Oh.
So it kind of sits on the kitchen counter, and as you go by throughout the day and you want a snack, you have the knife in the box to cut a piece.
Well, Hunter, I had to take a bite before you, and it is absolutely delicious.
Well, I have to try it.
And king cake calories don't count, do they?
No.
No?
And the hurricane will wash all that away.
Absolutely.
They usually do that.
Well, you have a beautiful patio. Let's go check it out.
Well, let's check it out. Let's take a look out here on the balcony.
Wow.
What better place for Mardi Gras than a perfect balcony overlooking downtown?
This is the perfect place to sit and watch a parade or do a little people watching. That's my favorite part of Mardi Gras.
That is my favorite part. And of course, you notice the busier the streets get. Well, not only are you looking at them, they're looking up at us.
And look at the Benwood sign. I noticed that.
We have the Benwood sign up for Mardi Gras. And I'm just glad you could be here and sharing a little Mardi Gras with us.
Me too.
Benwood's wishes everybody a happy Mardi Gras.